pearls glowed under the spotlights. Okey doke. Shay forced her feet toward the storeroom. A musty smell assaulted her as she entered the back room and flipped on the overhead fluorescents. She scanned the boxes of doll parts and skeins of yarn until she found what she was looking for. She approached the box, lifted the lid, and parted the tissue. The wedding gown had been carefully folded and tucked away. Shay ran her fingers over the delicate lace and pearls. Must have been crisp white in its day, but time had cast a long shadow over it. Time had a way of doing that. Her fingers lingered on the thin fabric. She remembered another time, another dress. A simple white one that hung on her young shoulders, just skimmed the cement of the courthouse steps. The ache that squeezed her heart had faded with time, but it was there all the same. Would it ever go away? Shaking her head, Shay turned back to the task at hand. The gown seemed too pretty, too fragile to disturb. Oh well, she'd promised. She pulled it out and draped it over the box, then shimmied from her jeans. When she was down to the bare necessities, she stepped carefully into the gown. She eased it over her narrow hips and slid her arms into the long sleeves. The neckline was modest, the gathered skirt fuller than anything she ever wore. Here in the air conditioning it was fine, but she would swelter next Saturday. Leaving the button-up back gaping, she hitched the skirt to the top of her cowboy boots and entered the store. Miss Lucy was ushering the customer out the door. When she turned, she stopped, her old lady shoes squeaking on the linoleum. Land sakes! Shay took 2 steps forward and dropped the skirt. It fell to the floor with a whoosh. Fits like a glove, Miss Lucy said. And with some low heels, it'll be the perfect length. Shay didn't even own heels. My boots'll have to do. Button the back? Miss Lucy waddled forward, turned Shay toward a small wall mirror flecked with time, and began working the tiny pearl buttons. Shay's breath caught at her image. She forced its release, then frowned. Wedding gowns were bad luck. She'd sworn she'd never wear another. If someone had told her yesterday she'd be wearing this thing today, she'd have said they were one straw short of a bale. Miss Lucy moved up to the buttons between her shoulders, and Shay lifted her hair. The dress did fit, clinging to her torso like it was made for her, wouldn't you know? Even the color complemented her olive skin. Still, there was that whole bad luck thing. And what would everyone think of Shay Brandenberger wearing this valuable piece of Moose Creek heritage? A white wedding gown, no less. If she didn't have the approval of her closest friends and neighbors, what did she have? Not much, to her thinking. She wanted to cut and run, wanted to shimmy right out of the dress, tuck it into that box in the storeroom, slip back into her Levi's and plaid button-up, and go back to her ranch where she could hole up for the next 6 months. She checked the time and wished Miss Lucy had nimbler fingers. Of all days to do this, a Saturday, when everyone with 2 legs was in town. And she still had that infernal meeting with John Oakley. Please, God, I can't lose our home. I'm obliged to you, dear. I completely forgot Jessie was going out of town. No problem. Baloney. You'd rather be knee-deep in cow dung. The woman's marionette lines at the sides of her mouth deepened. It's 1 hour of my life. A pittance after all Miss Lucy had done for her. Miss Lucy finished buttoning, and Shay dropped her hair and smoothed the delicate lace at the cuffs. Well, bless you for being willing. God is smiling down on you today for your kindness. Shay doubted God really cared one way or another. It was her neighbors she worried about. Beautiful, just beautiful. You'll be the talk of the town on Founder's Day. No doubt. Everyone in Moose Creek would be thinking about the last time she'd worn a wedding gown, and the time before that.